Hi, good evening, everyone. Just wait a minute, guys. My mic has fallen. Hi. Yes. Yes, my audio is perfect and the video is perfect. Yes. Hi. Hello. So, who is present in the class? Who is the first guy? Okay, guys. So we'll just wait for a minute. Uh, okay, so we'll start our session now. Hi, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all in Let's Crack J in English, and today we'll be covering Parabola Part-3. So, whosoever is joining me the very first time, so there is a small introduction. Hi, I'm Nishant Khanduja. I did my graduation and post graduation from IIT Bombay in aerospace engineering. My rank in IIT was 1256, and in EEE it was 363. In Rajasthan pre-engineering test, my rank was 4. And I traded in US and Canadian markets for 2 years before started teaching professionally. And I have 8 years of teaching experience. And there is one interesting fact about me which I have not written here, and that is one of the main reason I joined Unacademy. That when I was preparing for IIT, I didn't join any coaching institute. So I always wanted this experience to be shared with people, those who couldn't or who can't go to coaching institute when they are attempting these toughest exams like IIT. So how to prepare, how exactly you can prepare without even going to coaching institute, what all things you need to just look for. So you have to get an edge to people, those who are already there preparing in coaching institutes. So this is all about that. And when I wanted to give this, so I got help from Unacademy. So with Unacademy, I am being a part with Unacademy with this campaign, that is a Crack IIT JEE. This is India's largest learning platform, and they are running this campaign, Crack IIT JEE. So here I'm just doing my bit. I'm teaching maths for IIT JEE. Now, those who want to get benefit from this campaign, those students, they need to install this Unacademy learning app. When they install this Unacademy learning app, they get two sort of things. They can either go for plus subscription and or Iconic subscription. In plus subscription, they obviously get all the top educators from all over India. They also get to attend daily live classes. These daily live classes are completely different from YouTube live classes what we are having right now, because it has got completely different experience. The interaction with the educator, the kind of question you can ask, they conduct polls also. So it is very much equal to offline classroom experience. You also get to have structured courses. We have Unacademy library also. You also get to attempt live tests and quizzes and analyze your preparation. You have unlimited access to the recorded videos. Wherever you want to revise, you can just watch those recorded videos by all these top educators. And these top educators are from premier coaching institutes. So they are from coaching institute, they are well experienced. I call them Bahubali. It's like they have millions of watch time, live time. So they are someone who are pro in this IIT JEE preparation. So you can just get help from them, and it could be from any subject, be it chemistry, physics, anything. And an Iconic subscription, you, apart from these teachers and all, whatever benefits we counted in plus subscription. You get personal mentor, so he will help you out to strategize how to write the examination. You also get test analysis report. So this test analysis report will tell you, and this is very personalized report. This will tell you, where exactly you can just improve your marks, where exactly you can just reduce your negative marking so that overall your rank improves. We have also got study planner, which will help people, those who are doing 11th and 12th. So for them, we can have bi-weekly, or they can design bi-weekly study plan, so that they can also continue their IIT JEE preparation. When you go for buying these packages, either plus subscription or iconic subscription, so you have option for 1, 3, 6, 12 and 24 months. I must say, and I would suggest also, that go for 24 months, 2 years preparations. I'm talking about 11th class students, because see, when you are preparing for these competitive examination, you would like to continue preparation for till the examination lasts, correct? So this is for almost 2 years. This time period is for almost 2 years. You would not like to discontinue preparation in between. No one would do that. It's like, why to take a risk? And second is, this is cost effective also. Look at the price, 2,333 rupees per month. If you just count this per day, what it is, 78 rupees per day, and you are getting study. You are getting taught by all these top educators in India. And when you pay for it, it costs you what, 56,000. And if you want more discount, so yes, you can apply my code NK001 and you get 10% off, and the price becomes 50,400 rupees. Whereas when you go for 1 year subscription, and that is specifically for 12th and people those who are dropping the year, for them this package would cost them 38,500 rupees. But if you apply my code NK001, this would be cheaper. You'll get 10% off, and it would become what, 34,650 rupees. For iconic subscription, the 2 years cost is what, 86,000 rupees. But if you apply my code, it becomes what, 77,400 rupees. So remember this code NK001. For 1 year, it costs what, 50,400 rupees after applying my code NK001. So this is your part. You have to do whenever you feel like, go for it. Okay. So before starting our today's session, I will be doing our daily ritual. So that is, we'll have a meditation for 3 to 4 minutes, and post that we'll quickly go for our lecture. Okay. So I would request everyone, whosoever is new here, to just close your eyes, and the way I direct, you just follow the same steps. That's it, nothing else. So close your eyes and just focus on your breathing. And let's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just focus on your breathing. That's it. If your mind wants to get distracted, just bring it back to your breath. That's it. Focus here. Exhale. Now when I say 1, I want all of you to inhale, and post that, just hold your breath. And when I say 2, 3, 4, so I want all of you to gradually release air, gradually exhale. Okay. So I just want you to just control your breath. That's it, nothing else. Okay. So inhale, hold your breath, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do the reverse. When I say 1, 2, 3, so I want you to inhale gradually, slowly. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now hold your breath and exhale. 1, 2, 3. hold your breath and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. Exhale. Now, when I say inhale, guys, inhale, and while exhaling, I want all of you to chant Om. Okay, so let's do it. अब ग्रेजुअली अपने पाम्स को रब कीजिए, फेस पे एक जेंटल मसाज करिए और ग्रेजुअली अपने आंखों को खोलिए। तो दोस्तों, कैसा फील हो रहा है? अच्छा फील हो रहा है? थोड़ा एनर्जेटिक लग रहा है ना? कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड एकदम। सो इस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन को, जो भी अपनी एनर्जी को, whatever energy you have conserved, just focus here in the class. That's it. Use this energy, use this positivity, whatever you have gathered. Just focus in this class and try to learn. Let's not worry about all these things, what will happen to your result, any sort of pressure. It could be parental pressure, peer pressure, and let's not think about any games, what will happen in that game. Once I get free, I'll play that game. So let's not think about all these things. Right now, we'll just devote our 1.5 hour just to learn. That's it. Nothing else. Okay? So let's start as today's session. Tangents of parabola. So remember, here we ended our session yesterday. How to get the tangents equation. So if you remember, I had this standard curve y square is equal to 4ax. And this was tangent. I assume that, let's say, y is equal to mx plus c. This line represents the tangent to this standard curve. So how did we do that? So what we did, we said, let's say if both of these curves, if they are intersecting, so they should satisfy. And when they are intersecting, so what should happen? So when they intersect, you should have about two roots. Why? See, it is very much clear. So you will have to write mx plus c whole square is equal to 4x. So as you can see, it's a quadratic in x. So when they intersect, you have what? Two values. But now you have specified. Now you are saying that this line is a tangent to this parabola. Now instead of having two different roots, you would have only one real root. So for tangent, what happens? For this quadratic, your determinant becomes 0. When determinant becomes 0, you get what condition? For this case, when you have standard curve, remember this, when you have standard curve, you get this condition. C is what? A by M. So this is the condition you get. But let's say if you don't have standard curves equation, you can just follow this process. You can follow this process and you would find other answers or other conditions. But for this standard case, this is the condition you get. C is equal to A by M. So tangents equation in slope form. So this is called your slope form. So this is your slope form. So if you want to deal with slope, so you deal with this slope form of tangent. Remember? Okay. If let's say someone has given you direct point, let's say x1, y1. If someone has given you a point, then directly the tangents equation would be written as y1 is equal to 2a x plus x1. So this is your general form of tangent. Now just imagine, instead of giving you the coordinates x1, y1, someone has just told you the tangent and he wants you to write in parametric form. So for that, what we will be doing is, this point will be given as a t square comma 2at, right? So we'll use this formula only and we'll convert this form into parametric. How? So instead of y1, we'll write what? 2at. and 2a, and instead of x1 we'll add what, at square. Clear? So your 2a will cancel out. So as I can see, y will be what, x by t plus at. So this becomes your what, parametric form of the tangent. Clear? Till here it's everything clear, right? So we have discussed about all three forms. So now if anyone wants to interchange between slope form to parametric form, if anyone wants to do that, so just see, this is my parametric form. So as you can see, if you want to get the relation between the parameter and the slope, what will be the relation? You can just compare the coefficient of x and this constant term. So what do you see? You see that m is equal to what? 1 by t. So this is the condition you can always use. If you have slope form, you can directly convert it into parametric form, and if you have parametric, you can convert this into slope. Clear? So remember this. This is very important because today's chapter, in today's lecture, we'll be solving many questions on tangents. And in this today's lecture, you will be just having tangents information indirectly. Obviously not directly, because no one would give you direct information. They would give you indirectly, and they'll be talking about tangents. I hope I have revised everything. Everything is fresh because we'll be requiring it a lot. Okay. Now this is one more concept, pair of tangent. Let's say there is an external point x1 comma y1, and from this point, if you are drawing a pair of tangents to this curve, what will be the pair of tangents? So one way I can tell you, see, if you want to use the generalized formula, I told you, if you remember in circles also, that whenever we will be talking about pair of tangents for any curve, be it hyperbola, parabola, ellipse, anything, so we will be requiring what? We will be writing this s1 is equal to t square. Here s is what? Curve's equation, and s1 is what? Curve's equation when we satisfy this with point, after putting curve's equation at x1 y1 this coordinate, and t is what? Tangent's equation. So this is your very standard curve, correct? This is the pair of tangents equation if anyone wants to write. But if anyone wants to find out the individual tangents equation, so what should be the process? How can you do it? So for that, you can just follow this process. I would say it is approach 2. And generally, I have seen people using this approach 2 because it's simpler. The reason being is, because see, you can find out the pair of tangent, but from pair of tangent, if you want to find out individual tangents equation, you have to what? Do factorize. So it's again a process, right? And you end up wasting your time. So why don't we just from the beginning itself, why don't we find individual slopes and get the equation separately? So for that, what people do is, they see the point is given to you, correct? Only the slope is unknown. So what we do is, a line passing from this given point, we consider that this line is a tangent to this curve. When this line is a tangent to this curve, what will happen? Yes, tell me guys. The one thing, see, I can tell you a smarter approach as well, but let's see how you would be proceeding. See, this is your line, and this line is what? Tangent, correct? This line is tangent to this curve. So when you will be solving these two equations simultaneously, you will get quadratic expression. When you will get quadratic expression or equation, you would say, obviously, since this line is a tangent, so you would find only one intersection point, correct? So when you find one intersection point, you would say the quadratic equation's determinant would be what? Equal to 0. When you will be doing this determinant equal to 0, you would be finding two values of m. And these two values of m are these two slopes of these tangents. So this M1 would be used for this and M2 can be used for this. Clear? So this is approach to which generally people use. Another way by which you can just smartly solve or get the equation, that is you can write this equation as y is equal to what? Mx minus mx1 plus y1. So see, as you can see, this is what? This is C, and this is also, we already know one relation between C and M, right? So you can directly use that and find one equation. So this is one of the smartest way people can use. Fine. So I won't mind people using this approach also. I hope everything is clear with you guys. If anyone has any doubt, so obviously this would give you what? One value of M. Obviously you won't be getting two values of M in this is what? C is equal to, obviously you will be getting two values of M. How? Sorry, y1 minus mx1. This is what? C. C is what? C is equal to A by M. So M will directly come here. So you will have quadratic in M and you can solve it. So this is one of the smartest approach which people can use and they can save their time. Fine. Okay. Let's move ahead, and you can also use the same approach in future while solving questions. Here, SYM 24. I hope you are there and you are there with me. Let's move ahead. Let's solve this question. Find the equation of tangent to parabola having slope 1. See, in this case, whatever we have studied, see, we have studied about standard parabola curve. But do you really think they have asked you to use formula and they have given you the standard formula? No, they haven't done that. Correct? So I would suggest, instead of just relying on formulas, better you rely on process, because when you rely on process, you can solve any difficult question. Are you getting it, what I'm trying to say? So let's solve this question, SYM 24. So what it says, find the equation of tangent to the parabola having slope 1. Correct. So let's say my tangent is what? Y is equal to mx plus c, where your m is what? 1. So it becomes what? X plus c. Correct. So let's directly put the value of x and get the equation in y only. So y square plus 3y plus 2 is equal to what? X. So x can be written as y minus c. So what it becomes? It becomes y square plus twice of y plus 2 plus c is equal to 0. Correct? Now this is what? Your equation in y, quadratic equation. Now as we know, as we are saying that this line is intersecting this parabola only at one point, touching, right? So it should have only one root. When it should have only one root, what does that mean? That clearly means that determinant of this quadratic equation would be what? 0. So determinant is what? B square minus 4 times AC, right? A is your 1, C is what? 2 plus C is equal to 0. So 4 will cancel out. So 1 minus 2 minus C will be what? 0. So my C will be what? Minus of 1. Put it here. Y is equal to x minus 1. That's it. This is your question. It's I would say it is one of the easiest question in parabola. One of the easiest question in parabola. But as we know, since we majorly rely upon formulas and we find it difficult. But if anyone wants to solve it using the formula also, I can just help you out. Okay. So if anyone wants to just solve it using the formula, what he can do, I can just suggest you the way you can solve it on your own though. See, this thing can be converted into perfect square, standard form. How can we do that? See here. So y square plus 3y. So 3 by 2 is perfect square. 3 by 2 is perfect square is what? 9 by 4. So minus 9 by 4 plus 2 is what? X. So what do I get? So y plus 3 by 2 whole square is equal to what? X plus 1 by 4. Right? So this is what? So you can say this is very much similar to your standard form. Here A is what? 1 by 4. Clear? SYM 24, what do you understand? Tell me. You want me to share the entire process once again? SYM 24, you want me to share the entire process for this question once again or something else? Or you have a specific doubt at any point? Yes, SYM 24. If anyone has any doubt, yes, you are free to ask. Apart from it, see, SYM says first method. Okay. So first method is, see, in first method, what I have done is I have directly used the given information. So what is the given information? The guy says the tangent is having slope 1. So I assume, let's say y is equal to mx plus c is my tangent. Okay. Luckily, he has given me the slope's value, m's value. So y is equal to what? Y is equal to what? 1. Sorry, y is equal to what? X plus c, because slope is 1. It is given to me. Y is equal to 1 into x plus c. Clear? Now, as you can see, c is unknown to me, correct? So I need to find out the value of c. True? So now, what is the condition? The condition is that this line is cutting this parabola only once, because that's why it will become tangent. See, if this line is, let's say, this parabola's graph would be what? Minus half and minus 1 by 4. So let's say minus 1 by 4 here and minus half. So this would be like this, somewhat like this. So this line is only touching it. It is not cutting it. Had it been cutting this parabola, we would have got what? We would have got two values of x and y. But we are saying, because the question clearly says it is a tangent. So if it is a tangent, then this equation, while solving the line and parabola, so this equation must have single root, right? Because both the points, they are coinciding at one point. Then only this line would be considered as tangent. I hope this is the only main part which you need to understand. And when this line touches this parabola only at one point, your discriminant should be equal to 0. So I did what? B square, which is your 2. So 2 square minus 4ac. 4 into 1. C is what? 2 plus c. I solved this equation. I got the value of c, and I directly put the value of c there. So SYM 24 says he's cool. He's completely understood the question. Okay. So SYM has understood the question. Now, if let's say anyone wants to solve by the other method, so yes, you are free to solve. So what I have done is, so as you know that you can convert this into this form, y plus 1 by 4, 4 into 1 by 4, x plus 1 by 4 and all, correct? So this is your standard, so which is approximately to standard. Now using the standard form, you can just say that's your lines, your straight lines equation, and you can again find out the condition, and you can find out the constant value. So this is another way by which you can solve, but I would rather say, instead of converting this into a standard form then solving it, why to waste time? Okay, I hope it's clear with you guys. Shall we move ahead? Okay, perfect. Let's move ahead. So in second, though if anyone wants to know, so in second majorly shifting will happen. So that's which you need to just cater. That's it. Okay, so let's come to this question. The question is a tangent to the parabola y square is equal to 8x. So we have got again standard curve. Fine. It makes an angle of 45 degree. This line, this tangent makes 45 degree angle with the straight line. So they have given what? A straight line. With this straight line, my tangent makes what? 45 degree angle. Then we have to find one of the points of contact. Okay. Thank you, Ekta. Thanks a lot. Okay. So what this curve says is, the question says is, we have got this parabola. The parabola has got, let's say, one tangent. Obviously, we'll be having two tangents. I'll tell you the reason why. So let's say one tangent and this tangent. The condition is what? This tangent makes 45 degree angle with a given line. Now what is that line? Having slope 5 and intercept, having slope 3 and intercept 5. So let's say this is a 5 slope. Okay, so let's say this sort of line is given to you, so which is intersecting this line, let's say here. So this angle is what? 45 it says. Similarly, if you extend this line, there could be another tangent also which is going like this, and when it intersects, that also makes 45 degree angle. So there could be two tangents. Obviously there could be two tangents which are making 45 degree angle with this straight line. So how can we do that? So what we'll be doing is, we'll be simply using the given condition. See how it strike my mind, I'll tell you. So to find any equation, any tangents equation, what do I need? Because I have read what? Slope form, I have read parametric form, I have also read what? Normal form, a points form. So already someone is telling me about slope and all, correct? So he wants me to find out the value of slope, put the value of slope in tangents equation, because if you remember tangents equation, what is the tangents equation? Y is equal to mx plus a by m. A is here what? 2. So 2 by m. So I know, if I know m ka value, my entire question is known to me, correct? Once it is known to me, I can convert m directly into what? Parameter. True, because I know the conversion between the point and between the slope and parameter. The moment I get parameter, I can directly say point of contact. So that's how it clicked my mind. Point of contact is required. That means I need t in terms of t. If I need in terms of t, what can I do? Someone has given me information in slope. Okay, slope and parameter. Yes, I do know relation. Okay, let's do it this way. So that's how it clicked my mind. So let's use the given condition to find out the slope. Now what is the condition? This guy says that the slope between the line and the tangent is what? 1045. So this is what? 1. 1 is equal to what? Mod of m. Let's say slope of tangent is m minus 3 upon 1 plus 3m. Very good, SYM. Very good. I guess this is the only answer. So we can take plus ones and negative ones to find out the value of m. So when you take plus, so we get what? 1 plus 3m is equal to m minus 3. So what do I get? 2m is equal to what? Minus of 4. So m is equal to what? Minus of 2. And when I take negative while opening mod, what do I get? 1 plus 3m is equal to minus m plus 3. So if I solve it, what do I get? 4m is equal to 2. So my m becomes what? 1 by 2 here. So I got two values of m. So what is the relation between m and parametric form? So it is 1 upon t. So my t, let's say t1 would be what? T1 would be minus half. And if I talk about t2, t2 would be what? 2. Clear? So let's find out the points. So 8t1 square comma 2at1. So this will be what? A is what? 2 here, and t1 square, that is our 1 by 4. So minus 4 upon t1 is what? It's 2. So what do I get? I get 1 by 2 and minus 2. So one point is this. Another point would be what? So A, so 2 into t square. So what does SYM says? SYM tells me that minus 2 1 by 2. SYM, could you please check it's is it the other way around? Could you please check? It's 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 comma minus 2. Can you please check with yourself? SYM 24, is it minus 2 1 by 2? Can you please check this? Because I don't think it would be the point, because see, minus 2 if you will put here, so what do you get? Minus of 16, and when you will put, let's say, half here, what will you get? 1 by 4. I think that's not possible. Oh, okay, fine. Cool. No issues. Fine, that's completely fine with me. So the points equation is what? 1 by 2. One point of contact is 1 by 2 comma minus half. You can cross check it. You get what? 4. From here, as you can see, what do you get? Left hand side is 4. The right hand side is also 4. Correct? Okay, fine. I thought you have answered for the point, because I thought you were directly writing the answer. Okay. For the second point, you can directly just put the value of T2 and you'll find T2 also. SYM 24, the answer is not minus 6 by 5 and 7 by 5. I guess you meant something else. We are getting 1 by 2 comma minus 2. This is the answer. 1 point of contact. Another, for T2 you can find the other point also. For T2 it turns out to be what? 8 comma 280. 8 comma 8. For another would be, it's 8 comma 8 for second point of contact. Okay, I hope everyone is clear. If anyone has doubt, you're free to ask. Okay, let's move ahead. So this question is what? We have got again a standard parabola, so y square is equal to 4x. Okay, and the circle having its center at 6 comma 5 intersect at right angle. So there is a parabola and a circle. That particular circle is having center at 6 comma 5. Now this circle and this parabola, they are intersecting at right angle. Now the question is, then we have to find the possible points of intersection of these curves. Possible points of intersection of these curves. I really like this question because this question seems very difficult. I'll tell you why. But again, it just uses geometry and this question becomes very easy. No issues, SYM 24, it's okay. So let's solve this question. I give you guys a minute to solve this question. If anyone has any doubt, you're free to ask. Meanwhile, I'll just draw the diagram for you guys so that you can understand the question. So there is a parabola like this. Okay. So this parabola, and we have got a circle which is having center at 6 comma 5. So okay, 6 comma 5. So let's say something here. This, and they are intersecting like this. What? At right angle. So that means is, if I draw, I'll change the color for the tangent so that you can differentiate. So see here, let's say if this is my tangent and this is the tangent, then the angle between these two tangents would be what? 90. Tangent at circle and tangent at parabola would be 90. So see, there are many ways to solve this question, but I would tell you why use of geometry made this question very easy. Though with the other method also you can find the answer, but it would take time. Okay, so I guess no one is telling me the process how he can solve this question, or she can solve question. So I'll tell you. See, the approach number one, which, so this is my actually when I was just solving this question, so it was my approach number two. I'll tell you why it was approach number two. Why I know I'm just ended up reaching here on this approach. The reason being, reason you'll realize in approach number two when I'll share it with you. Okay, so see what it says is that these two tangents are what? At 90-degree angle. So if I talk about, let's say, a parabola's point, parametric form, because see, I know the equation of parabola only, so it would be better for me to write down point in parametric form for parabola instead of circle, because I don't know the equation of circle. I only know the center. So using the center, and because I don't know the radius, so radius will be an unknown, and then theta will be second unknown. So I'll be again introducing what? Two unknowns. Whereas I hope you got this. I took the parametric point for the parabola because I know the equation of the parabola. So I'll be introducing only one variable. Whereas if we talk about circle, in circle we only know what? Center. We don't know what? Radius. So we don't know radius, and then we are introducing theta. So eventually what? Eventually we are introducing two variables. So that's why I didn't choose that. So here a is what? 1 here. So this will be 2 t square and 2t. Fine. So this will be my parametric you can say coordinates. Now tell me one thing. So this point is also lying on what? This circle as well, correct? Now if just imagine your parabola's tangent is what? Parabola's tangent is normal to tangent of circle. That means that parabola's tangent is passing from the center of circle, correct? Because circle's tangent normal is what? That is a radius, correct? So if that is the case, so you can use and find the variable of t. And when you find the variable t, you can easily tell me the intersection point, right? Let's do that. So this became my approach number one. Eventually it was my approach number two. I'll tell you the reason why. Because when I thought about approach number one, then it was like, oh no, I'm choosing a wrong path. Not wrong path, it's just a lengthy path. So let's see this. So let's write down the equation of tangent and parametric form. So what is the parametric form? So y is equal to, what was that? Y is equal to x by t plus at. Remember that? Hope you remember this. It was, see, how do I remember it? I remember the slope form. Y is equal to mx plus a by m. So I just change m by t, 1 by t. So this becomes this and this becomes this. That's how I remember it. So you can also remember this. So this is your in parametric form. A is here what? 1. So this is the equation. Now this equation passes from where? 6, 5. This line. So this should satisfy. So 5t is equal to 6 plus t square. So I got quadratic in t square minus t square plus t square minus 5t plus 6 is equal to 0. When I solve this, what do I get? T minus 3 and t minus 2 is equal to 0. Two intersection points, correct? So using these two parameters, I will find two parametric values tt, and using that I can find two coordinates, two intersection point. So one is t square is, let's say, 9 and then 6, and this would be what? 4 and 4. So these are the two intersection points, and that's your question is done. See, it's a very easy approach. Now I'll tell you my approach number 2. But earlier it was my approach number 1. But now I'll tell you the reason. So what I thought in the beginning, that oh yes, I know that I know this, okay, parametric point is there, so I can write down the normals equation normal's equation at this what I thought is, so I know this point's coordinate, so I can write down normal's equation for the parabola. That normal would be what? Tangent to my circle. Then I'll just drop the perpendicular and I'll equate this to what? The radius. That's what I thought. So I'll tell you what I did actually. So let's write down the equation of the normal. How will I write this? Very easy. So y minus 2t is equal to, as I know, slope in tangent form is what? This. Slope in parametric form is what? This. So your normal slope would be what? Minus of t. So minus t x minus t square. So this was what? My normal's equation. Now on this normal, so this normal would work as tangent to my circle. So on this normal, what I did, I dropped the perpendicular. So when I was writing it, so it was t 6 minus t square plus y was what? 5 minus 2t. So this was upon root of t square plus 1 is equal to what? So this will be equal to what? Radius. Now radius would be what? 6 comma 5 till this point's distance, because this point is also lying on your circle. So t square minus 6 whole square plus 2t minus 5 whole square. So as you can see, again we are getting the equation in t, but look at the equation in t, the degree. So as you can see, when I will be squaring it, it will be what? T raised to 4. Your right hand term will become in t raised to 4, and then you will multiply, cross multiply with t square. So you would get the equation in t raised to 6. 6 degree equation. Will I be, will I be liking to solve this? Obviously not. And the moment I thought, I just cancelled it. No, I can't do it. Then it just, this method, just struck my mind, and I came up with smaller method. So this is the beauty, when we try to explore ourselves, when we try to just gather knowledge, we make good observations. So that's what I want everyone to do, because see, sometimes even in the question paper also you might end up doing this sort of thing, because we never know how it would strike our mind, correct? So you should always know what is to be solved and what is not to be solved, instead of wasting our time. Because the moment I wrote this first step, I was like, no, let's not waste time. Though writing this part was hardly 30 seconds job, I stopped myself. I again gave, let's say, 10-15 seconds to think about it, and I came up with a smaller method. Okay, so thanks Ikta. Let's move ahead. SYM 24. I hope you are there with me. SYM 24. Hope you understood. SYM 24. Okay, I guess he is busy. I guess he is still busy solving the sum. Okay, so let's move ahead. The question is, two tangents are drawn from the point -2, -1 to the parabola y square is equal to 4x. Okay, if alpha is the angle between these tangents, then find the value of alpha. Okay, so again, this question also I could think about two methods. I'll tell you how. Okay, I hope SYM 24 you are there with me. You are just getting how we are solving the questions. Okay, so let's solve this question. SYM 24. Two tangents. Someone has drawn two tangents to this standard parabola. Y square is equal to 4x, and he is drawing tangents from -2, -1. So somewhere here, from this point, he is drawing two tangents. And this guy says, find the angle between these tangents. Again, see, if you just look at this question, you would understand one thing. What is this thing? The thing is, in all these questions, people are dealing with what? Slope, right? Because see, they are asking you to find out slope indirectly. How? Tangents, he wants you to find the angle between the tangents, right? So if I want to find the angle between the tangents, what do I need? Obviously I need slope, because if I know the slope of the lines, then only I can find out the angle, correct? So someone is indirectly asking you to just focus on slope. So how can you do this? Tell me. I would share two approaches with you. Come on, SYM24. Tell me, how would you love to solve this question? Okay, so the one approach which I thought is that, let's say again, a line passing from this point and having slope, let's say m, will be a tangent. So y plus 1 is equal to m x plus 2. This is what I consider, let's say, because this is the equation of a line having slope m passing from -2 -1. Now I said this line is what? This line is a tangent to this curve. If this is the case, then their intersection should be what? Only one point, single point. If I use that constraint, I'll be finding the value of m. I'll get two values of m. It's very simple. So what I did, I equated, so I calculated the value of y from here. So mx plus 2m minus 1. This. And I equated this y square. So this became y square. So mx plus, I can directly square it also. So I'll just square it, m square x square plus 4m square plus 4m square x. Okay. So 4m into mx plus 1. So this was what? A square plus b square. Now minus 2 mx minus 4m. So this is your y square minus 4x is equal to 0. Now this is, as you can see, this is a quadratic in x. So I can write it like this: m square x square. I can take x common, so it becomes what? 4m square minus 2m minus 4, right? And now I can write in the constant terms. So 4m square plus 1 minus 4m. It seems like as if I have written what? 2m minus 1 whole square is equal to 0. Here, see, I have this constant term and this constant and this constant. Clear? So this is quadratic in m, quadratic in x. It should have only one root. One root means discriminant should be equal to 0. When you solve this, you will get two values of m. So this is my approach number 1. Okay? Correct. Approach number 1. Now approach number 2, which I found that is way easier. Why way easier? Because I am already dealing with standard form of parabola. I do not need to just follow the entire process from scratch. I hope you got it. See, this is the I can say this is the process which we always need to remember, because sometimes we find general forms of parabolas, then it becomes difficult for us to use standard, just relying on standard formulas. But luckily in this case, when we have been given standard thing, why can't we use it and save our time? So this is my approach number 2. So approach number 2 is what? As I know that tangent's equation in slope form is what? Y is equal to mx plus a is what? 1 here. So this is my equation of tangent, correct? In slope form. Now this tangent is passing from, be it this tangent or be it this tangent. This tangent is passing from what? This point, given point, minus 2 to minus 1. So let's put it here. When we put it here, so what do I see? Minus 1, minus 2m plus 1 by m. Correct? Let's solve this. So what do I get? I get minus of 2m square plus 1 is equal to minus of m. I can rewrite this as 2m square minus m, then minus 1 is equal to 0. So this becomes your equation, and solution for this equation is what? I would see, though solution is clearly, we can find out the solution, but again, we can play smart. How can you play smart? Because when we need to calculate the angle tan alpha, what do we need? M1 minus M2 upon 1 plus M1 M2, right? So roots of this quadratic is what? M1 M2. So use that. Use whatever we have said in quadratic. Why to waste our knowledge? So see here. From here I can directly write down the product of roots. M1 M2 is what? C by A. So minus 1 by 2. Correct? What will be your M1 minus M2? Square root M1 plus M2. M1 plus M2's whole square. So as you can see here, what it is? 1 by 2's whole square. Correct? 1 by 4 minus 4 M1 M2. Correct? So 4 times, what is M1 M2? Minus half, so it will become plus by 2. So what did we get? We got, this is again 2. So this is what? 9 by 4. 9 by 4, square root of 9 by 4 is what? 3 by 2. Correct? Now you can just directly punch the value here. So 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2, 2 to cancel out 3. So tan inverse 3. See, SYM24 got tan inverse 3. So that's how, use knowledge and be smart person to save your time. That's what, I want you to learn in this, in this course. The way I'm teaching in my course, I want all of you to learn like this. Because when we do that, in question, in examination, people keep saying, it just struck me. And people sometimes have, I have heard people saying this, and I find it very unnatural. They say that, within those 3 hours, you'll be, people will be deciding your future. And again, so you are just saying that, it is again, you can say this is not in your control. It seems like, this is not in your control. It is not dependent upon your hard work. It seems as if they say that because it's completely based on luck. This is what they meant. How you perform that day, though our preparation is good, everything. But I want you to have more probability of getting succeeded. So that's what I want all of you to have. How can we have? Because when we know where to use what thing, when we know this thing, we are having an edge in our preparation, right? When we have this sort of edge, we become smarter and we save our time and we do the entire question paper in limited number of time. Okay, so this is the edge I want all of you to have. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so I also, when I was teaching, when I was just sharing approach number 1 and approach number 2 with you guys, luckily I thought about approach number 3 also in this case. Yes, so you want me to share this with you guys? Okay, so I'll tell you how exactly you can solve this question. So in this question, see, you can use pair of tangents concept also. Very easy. See, remember when we were studying pair of tangent, then angle between 2 straight lines, we had formula. I hope everyone remembers that formula, right? We can use that ways also. So we can find pair of tangents equation very easily. So how can we do that? S1 is equal to t square. So what is s here? S is y square minus 4x. What is that S1? S1 will be y square is what? 1 minus 4x. So it is 8, right? It is equal to t square. What is t? Your y1. T is what? y1. So how will you write this? y1 is your minus 1 here. Minus 1 minus 2a, so I'll write 2 here, right? Minus 2. Then you have x plus x1, so x minus 2 whole square. So this is your pair of tangents equation. You can just expand it, and then you can just have your h, a and b. A and b is your coefficient of x square and y square. H is your coefficient of x, y. So you can use that approach also to directly calculate the angle between these tangents. Okay. So I hope you also got this approach. SYM 24. Did you get the approach number 3 also? So as I keep saying, one question can be solved in multiple ways. We have to just open our brains and let's explore everything, because you never know what might strike your mind in the examination. But when you have gone through this process, you know what will be my destination if I choose this path, what will be my destination and the hurdles when I'll be choosing this path. So these are the things you need to explore, you need to experience before the examination. So SYM 24, I hope you are being there with me. Just reply back. Oh, thanks Ekta. Okay, there is no response from SYM 24. It's okay. Let's move ahead. The question is, tangents are drawn from the point -1 to 2. Okay. On the parabola y square minus 4x is equal to 0. Again, we have been given standard parabola. What was your first thought? SYM 24, what was your first thought? Okay, so meanwhile, SYM 24 shares his thought. There is a chat delay, I think. Yes, SYM 24, yes, there is a chat delay, I think. Okay, so let's solve this question. Tangents are drawn from the point -1 to 2. Okay, so let's say somewhere here, -1 to 2. And this is a standard parabola, y square is equal to 4x. And now this guy says, find the length that these tangents will intercept on the line x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 is a line. So from this point, if you let's say drawing tangents, so it will intersect here. Let's say if this tangent and this crosses here. So this guy wants you to calculate this length. I'll use the green colors to show you the length of the intercept. Now tell me, how would you solve this question? Because again, see, for this question also I have got multiple approaches, but I want you to just think before just starting your pen and paper. How would you do that? Okay, so when I was just before starting solving it, so I thought someone wants me to have the intersection point, because see, whenever we need to find the length of an intercept, so someone is saying that find the intersection point and then use the distance formula and get your intercept's length. Okay, so that's where it strike my mind. Okay, intersection points, distance formula. Oh, so why can't I find a equation, maybe a quadratic equation for the intercepts, and then I can directly use my quadratic equations knowledge to find the intercept. Because when we solve the quadratic equation, we get two values. Obviously, when we get two values, so instead of finding y1 alag se, y2 alag se, what I can do is I can use y1 plus y2 thing and y into y1 thing, product of rule or summation of rule, to find out the distance. So that's what my mind started thinking about. So SYM 24 says, so start with y is equal to mx plus 1 upon m, and then the intersection point. Okay, so you are asking me, so what SYM24 is telling me, I'll tell you. So what he says, so that's his approach, and it is also quite feasible. But I can tell you approach number 2, so what I thought about. And what I thought, yes, it would be easier. And I'll tell you the reason also. So let's first use SYM24's approach. What he says. He's saying, sir, the way we did in previous question, you can write down the equation of tangent like this. And you can just, because these tangents are passing from this point, so they should satisfy this point. So what is that? Y is 2, this is your minus m plus 1 upon m. So this is what? 2m minus m square minus m square. So I can shift it here. So let's say make it plus. So plus m square and minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is my equation. So using this equation I can find the value of m, two values of m, and I'll have two equation of tangents. Then once I got the equation of tangent, what I can do is I can directly find the value of y coordinate when x is 2. So let's use SYM's approach. Let's be smart enough here. What I'm trying to say, try to listen to that. Let's say I got m1 ka value 1, and and this is m2. Two values I'll get, correct? So y1, let's say if I give this as m1 and if I give this as m2, so y1 will be what? m1, and I'll be putting 2 here and 1 upon m1, correct? And y2 will be what? m2 at 2 plus 1 upon m2, correct? Now using the distance formula to find the intercept, because x coordinates are same for both the points, so y1 minus y2 I have to do, this is square. Basically what I have to do is y1 minus y2, so what will I get from this? 2 will be common, so I'll get m1 minus m2 plus 1 upon m1 minus m2. Let's be smart, because this is quadratic. Let's be smart. What I am saying is, you can easily find out the difference between the roots of this quadratic equation. So let's figure out. So what is m1 plus m2? So m1 plus m2 will be what? Minus b by a, so minus 2. Whereas m1 into m2 is what? C by a, so minus 1 only. Clear? Okay. So my m1 minus m2 would be what? Root of this square, so 4 minus 4 times m1 m2. So this will come here. So what will I have? I'll have 2 common and root 2. So 2 root 2. Clear? So let's directly put here and save our time. So 4 root 2 plus, and in your what do I call this? In your numerator. In your numerator you'll have what? m2 minus m1 upon m1 m2. m1 m2 we already know what is that? Minus of 1 here. Minus of 1. What is m2 minus m1? Now tell me this, because this is very interesting thing. Very interesting aspect. What will you write? Minus 2 root 2 or 2 root 2? Tell me guys. What do you think? Tell me guys, what do you think? Because that will be something interesting. Okay, so you will be writing minus only, because the reason being is very simple here. The reason is because what we have, because see, we are putting the values like this, m1 minus m2. I know we get mod, but the thing here is whenever the square root value, whatever we get in that is positive value. So better we take negative only. We'll take negative. Negative -1 is already there, so it becomes what? 6 root 2. Okay, perfect, clear. So this is his approach, and I'm yes, very good. SM 24 -2 root 2 only, correct. So this is his approach. Now how I did, I'll tell you my approach. So what I did is, because it is, if you just try to understand, this guy is talking about the intersection of pair of tangent and line x is equal to 2. Yes or no? What is saying? Find the length that these tangents will intercept on the line x is equal to 2. So this guy is talking about pair of tangents curves and lines intersection, correct? So we already know pair of tangents equation. What is that? S1. Tell me, what is that? S1. So I'll just erase it. So what is S here? My S is y square minus 4x. What is my S1? S1 will be what? Y will be what? 4 plus 4. So this is my S1 is equal to, what is my T? T will be y1. So 2y minus 2x plus x1. So x minus 1 whole square. So this is what? My pair of tangents curve. Clear? Now this pair of tangent is intersecting with x is equal to 2 line. So fine, directly put x is equal to 2 and get the equation, get the quadratic equation. So this will be what? Y square minus x is equal to 2. So 8 into 8 is equal to what? 2y minus 2, because x will be what? 2 here. So I'll get 1, and this is what? Whole square. Correct. So let's solve this. So I'll get what? Y square minus 8 into 8 is equal to 4, because I have taken 2 common from the square. I'll have y minus 1 whole square. This will cancel out. So what will I have? 2 here. So let's solve this quadratic equation. Y square. So I'll have what? 2y square plus 64 into 2. So 2y square plus 64 into 2, so 128. Oh, sorry, my bad. Why am I squaring? There is no square. Sorry. Square is on the right hand side. Wait, I'll just erase it. Okay. So this is what? Y square. Okay, so 2y square. Guys, this is pentab. Okay. Sorry, I guess this pentab is slightly creating problem. Wait a minute, guys. Let me just clean it up. So 2y square minus 16 is equal to what? Y square plus 1 minus of 2y. So what will I have? I'll have y square minus this will become 2 of y here, and then what will I have? This is minus of 17. Clear? So sorry my guys, this is y square minus 2y. No, so this negative sign, just give me, guys, give me a moment, let me just correct these signs. So I took everything to the right hand side, so it became y square, then I have plus of 2y, then 1 also to the right hand, to the left hand side, minus 17. Yes. Okay, so this is the equation, this is the quadratic equation. Now this quadratic equations, so y1 minus y2 we have to calculate, correct? So how can we do that? We know y1 plus y2 is what? Y1 plus y2 is minus b by a, so minus 2. What is y1 into y2? That is your 17. Clear? So if I want to calculate, wait a minute, y square plus of 2y minus 17. So sorry guys, this is minus 17, my bad, minus c by a. Okay, so when we'll be calculating y1 minus y2, what will be? It will be root of y1 plus y2 square. So 4 plus, because already we have minus here, so 4 into 17. So 4 into 17 is what? 40 plus your 28, 68, correct? 68. So what did we get? We got root of 72. So root of 72, if I want to solve it, so this is what? 36 into 2, correct? So I can take 6 common, so I got 6 root 2. That's it. So using this method also you can solve it. So Adya says, Adya, hi, I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't know the lecture started at 2. Adya, though our lecture would always be at 7, but what you can do is you can press the bell icon button. When you press the bell icon button, you will get the notification whenever my lecture is being scheduled. Okay. SYM 24. I hope you got both the solutions, both the methods. Tell me which one did you like. I like the approach number 2 because when I was reading the question, it was like actually when both the tangents are intersecting, that means pair of tangents curve is intersecting line x is equal to 2. So why to solve the whole thing by the slope method considering two different lines and all? I directly it struck my mind and I thought let's go ahead with pair of tangents formula. Let's use that somewhere, at least somewhere it needs to be used. What did you say? What would you say, SYM 24? Which approach did you like the most? SYM 24 is like always thumbs up. Okay, but which one did you like the most? Though your approach is absolutely fine. It's perfectly good. I hope things are clear with everyone. So we can move to our next question. I'll just change the color. So if anyone wants to note down, yes, they can note down. This is our approach number 1. We used a slope form, and this is our approach number 2, where we use what? Pair of tangents formula. Okay, let's move to our next question. Okay, so this question this question came in JEE 2009, and when I appeared for JEE. So as you can see, yes, SYM 24. Second was bit small, and how did I get the hint? This hint was already there in the question because there was the intersection of tangents and line. So I thought again tangents. So we have pair of tangents. So pair of tangents curve and lines intersection. So directly use that. Why to get worried about other things? It's like someone has just told you other random stuff. They have given you random information. But the hint was, simple hint was given. Intersection of pair of tangents curve and line. Okay. So let's solve this question. Question number 3. So in this question, the tangent and the normal to the parabola, standard parabola is given to you guys. This sorry guys, this pan tablet is just not functioning properly. I'll fix it tonight. Okay, so this is my what? Y square is equal to 4ax. This is my standard equation. Here now it says there is a point P where we have tangent PT and we have normal what? PN. And it says T is the point where it meets the x-axis and N is the point where it normal meets the this x-axis. Then this guy says, let's take triangle PTN. This is your 90 degree, and it says find the locus of the centroid of the triangle PTN. And he has also given us information that this locus is what? This locus is nothing else. It's a parabola, but it wants us to comment on the available options. Let me tell you guys that here multiple, so more than one options are correct. Okay. Okay. So this is done. The answer is option D. Okay. Yes, SYM24. That question was there in our special class session. Right. Absolutely right. But as we have different audience altogether in on our YouTube channel and in special live classes, but this was a really good question using tangent and normal concept. It was using both the concepts, so I thought it should be, it should be practiced. At least people could see the approach. Very good, very good. SYM24, you better solve it. I know, because as you can see, the students are different, because there are students those who can't attend special classes, but there are students those who are there in special classes, they don't come here on YouTube. Adya, your so your only one option is correct, your D is correct, but as I said, there are more than one options are correct. So there are other options also. Just look for them. Look for other options as well. But for SYM24, let me tell you this thing, that majorly I have a theoretical question. Majorly theoretical questions are being done in this class, like proof or maybe words question. No options are available. So majorly theoretical questions we do here in YouTube, and the objective questions we do in our special classes. That's what I'm trying to do, so that at least people should have good fundamentals. They can refer to my YouTube lectures for theory, for fundamentals, and they can use those fundamentals there in special classes. Okay, so let's solve this question. So as what will be the equation of your tangent? Y t is equal to x plus at square. So this point will be what? My y coordinate will be 0, so this will be minus at square comma 0. For normals, what will be the normals equation? Very easy. Y minus 2at, slope will be what? This is minus, this is 1 by t, so slope will be minus t here. X minus a t square, right? I hope this is clear with everyone. Okay, so when here again it is cutting on the x-axis, so y will be 0. So I'll have what? Minus of 2a, and then minus will get cut. So I'll have what? I'll have only 2a and plus at square is equal to what? Your x coordinate. So the coordinate for this point is what? 2a plus at square comma 0. Yes, they're absolutely right. Answers A and D are correct. So these are the coordinates for these 3 points. So what will be h? Your centroid will be what? Minus at square plus 2a plus at square upon 3. So as you can see, this will cancel out. So what do I have? 3h minus 2a is equal to what? At square. And similarly, when I use centroid, so k will be equal to what? Y coordinate. K will be what? 0 plus twice of at by 3. So my t will be what? 3 divided by 2a into k. So now I can, as we know t is variable, so we can eliminate this. When we try to eliminate this, what do we get? We get 3h minus 2a by a is equal to what? 9 times k square by 4a square. So that a square will cancel out with this a, so I'll have only single a here. So my answer here would be what? 4a by 9 into 3h. I can take 3 also common, so it will become h minus 2a by 3, and 3 will, when we'll be taking 3 common, so this will become 3, and this is equal to what? K square. I can replace this, so y square will be what? 4 times a by 3 into into x minus 2a by 3. So this is my parabola. Okay, now looking at this parabola, I can clearly say vertex. This is equal to standard form you do. So vertex has been shifted. So vertex will be what? 2a by 3 comma 0. So a is correct. Clear? Now focus. How do we find the focus? Focus is always from the vertex. Focus is always capital A. So let's say if I'm just taking the standard curve, y square is equal to 4ax. So we have vertex at 0 comma 0. So our focus is always a distance. This a distance away. This a distance ahead of the vertex. So here this a is what? Actually a by 3. So from 2a by 3 comma 0, you have to move a by 3 ahead. So this point, your focus will be what? A comma 0. So option D is also correct. But if you want to check for the directrix, so for directrix from vertex you have to move a distance behind. That means you have to go a by 3 behind. So this directrix will be what? X is equal to a by 3. But it is given what? X is equal to 0. So this option is not correct. Similarly, what is latus rectum? Latus rectum for the standard curve is what? 4a. But here it is what? 4 times a is what? A by 3. 4a by 3. But the option given is what? 2a by 3. So that means this option is also not correct. So option A and D are correct. Okay guys. So I hope you have understood this question also. So tomorrow we'll be having one more session where we'll be talking about the properties of tangents. We'll also be talking about the normal. We'll be studying more about parabola. Okay guys, and so that's here I would be ending my session, but I would request other people, those who can't attend my special class on Unacademy, they better come, so they would get better hands-on experience on objective questions which might come to JEE Mains and advanced. So this session tomorrow this session is there on Unacademy application at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. not on 11 a.m. It's there at 10 a.m. So just make sure you guys be there tomorrow for the special class. And if you have liked my video, so do like it, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel. Adya, you do subscribe the channel and hit bell icon button. You'll get notification every time whenever I'll come online. You'll be notified before the class and when the class starts also. And those who are planning to join Unacademy Plus and Iconic, they can use my code. You'll get 10% off. You'll be saving your money. Okay, Adya, so I'll share the link with you. I'll share the link with you for this special class. Okay. Okay. Bye bye, SYM24. Good night. Take care.